place the blank on the bottom die, put on my centering collar, and then the top die. So today I would like to talk a little bit about minting your own coins, or for me, minting my own coins. Now this has been a goal of mine, a fascination of mine for some time. I'm prior service military, so I'm very familiar, in the last 25 years of challenge coins and really how they've progressed. And going back even further than that, I've always been kind of inspired by Roman coins. Have you ever seen a picture of an old Roman coin? How it's a little off center. The picture of an emperor or whatnot, and you can't read anything. For some reason, I always thought that was really cool. So anyway, these are all coins that I have done, and it's been quite the learning curve to get to this point. And so right now, this is part of what I'm doing in retirement. I'm cooking up these coin designs, and I sell them online. And a couple of weeks ago, or I guess it was last week, Lori and I, as you can hear that in the other room, Lori's on the CNC router. But last week, Lori and I set up a little table at a small town nearby at a craft fair, and sold a lot of these coins to the point where I need to make some more. So that's why I'm out here today. I'm going to be making some more coin blanks. This is aluminum. I'm going to be making some aluminum and some steel coin blanks and some minting more coins because I'm out of stock on a couple different models to sell. But this is actually it's my first prototype coin. I made these coin blanks out of some aluminum that I had here, and I'll be making them again. And then I did this simple pressing with these dies here. And so that's one option. Very flimsy, very light, not worth the aluminum it was minted on. I also do it in bronze. This coin says, "And this too shall pass away," and then a reminder for me to breathe with the tree of life. And then on the back side it says discipline, faith, forgiveness, and then action, failure, and growth. And they're all orbiting this symbol called the Triskele. It's a pre-Celtic symbol. It's actually painted on Newgrange, if you've ever been to Ireland and seen that. So here it is in bronze and aluminum. These are both edged coin blanks. And I also do it in steel. This is what I'm out of. I do have the steel keychain. I wanted to make a pendant or an amulet or a necklace, and my wife is adamant that it's too heavy. But there's something really tangible and amazing and weighty about a steel coin. I like them a lot. So here's another design that I have. This one says, "The obstacle is the way." Okay, a little easier to make out on the aluminum. The obstacle is the way, with a little compass. And, well, this is my army coming out and embrace the suck. These larger coins, they measure 40 millimeters. And then these smaller coins measure at 25 millimeters. This one's a little oversized. These two coin blanks I do in-house. The aluminum and bronze, these edged coins, I don't have an edger, so I buy those in bulk and then mint them here. And then the steel, of course, I do myself. So, to make these coins, I guess I started at the end, but at the beginning, it's kind of a funny process, or story, or experience, I guess. But to make these coins, you're going to need dies, right? Top and bottom dies. And this is actually the very first set of top and bottom dies that I did, and I did it for the fly press, not knowing that the fly press just does not have enough power over 40 millimeters to imprint a coin. It just doesn't have it. Not mine anyway, I've got the number 5. So I actually now use the Big Blue 50-ton press, and it just barely does it. 75 or 100 tons would probably be better, but I do not have, you know, a dedicated hydraulic press to be doing this, but it works. It's fun. This is a negative relief, you know, of these coins. This is not a coin that I showed earlier. These are expletives, right? The binary system. Either you give a you know what or you don't. So these are my 0 F's given and 0 or 1 F given coins. So that's how I started. This goes up in the fly press, make the coin impression. I even tried to do one of these where, you know, when I was doing these 1-inch coins, I made this contraption on the lathe and the mill, and I had a bottom die. I actually made so many of these in coins and keychains that it's starting to wear out. It's pretty worn. So this will go in here and lock in place with these set screws. And then this reaches down through here. The set screws are out so it won't drop in. All right. It extends, goes through. Put the coin in. Mint the coin. Rinse and repeat. And with 1-inch, I found that I don't even need to heat the steel. It'll do steel. This is steel banded by copper, and this is just copper. It'll do 1-inch or 25 millimeter just fine. So that was a setup that I experimented with. It still works. It was a fun learning experience. This setup here I use quite a bit. I've done hundreds and hundreds of coins on here, but this is this coin here, and this too shall pass away. You know, you put your blank here. You've got the centering collar that I have indexed, and that goes over top and centers the coin in the bottom die, and then this one goes on the top, and they're all aligned, and then I can do my initial press and then adjust as needed. And believe you me, I have made many mistakes. I actually didn't even start with this. I started trying to do it just freehand. I ended up ruining a few coins. For example, I don't know if you can make this out on the camera, but this coin blank wasn't centered on the die, and so it's off. I probably have altogether over this past year, I probably have 50 failed coins thrown into my slack tank, my water tank, out of frustration. But as this coin says, you know, I'm going to take action. I will fail, and I will learn and grow from that failure and take more action. You know, that's what these coins mean for me. They're inspirational coins to live the best way I can. And they work. I always have a coin in my pocket. I love these things. And then more along the same lines, here's some more dies, some more worn out dies. I have sold a crap load of these coins. People love that phrase. And then here is the obstacle is the way with the compass rose, and embrace the suck with the stoic flame. So kind of a stoic message. And then very soon, coming up soon, I've got it programmed in Fusion 360, but coming up soon, I'm going to be engraving or milling a new coin design. It'll say, vivere militare est, to live is to fight, with the Roman eagle. And then on the other side, it'll say amor fati, you know, to love fate. That's another Stoic philosophical coin. I'm big into the philosophy. Fell in love with it. I fell in love with philosophy in college, you know, some 30 years ago. All right, so as usual, I'm long-winded, but back to the purpose of why I'm out here. I need to make some coin blanks, and I'm going to be making some aluminum coin blanks in this size, in 40 millimeter. So I won't be using these, and I'll be making later some steel coin blanks. And I'm going to be using this device over here. Let's take a look. All right, so what I have here is a top and a bottom die. All right, for punching coin blanks. Okay, so the idea is, and you can probably see it now, but I'll feed stock through this. I usually feed it this way, and then it just presses these blanks out, you know, like a paper cutter. This is 40 millimeter, and when I designed this, I actually designed it to do up to 1/4 of an inch, 250 thou. So this is 3/16, and it just leaves a little bit of a deformation, not as crisp of an edge as it would do with 1/4, but I actually like 3/16 better. You live and you learn. I thought I wanted 1/4 inch coins, and I don't. I want 3/16. So well, I guess this started on a piece of paper with me drawing it up, and then quickly went to Fusion 360, where I modeled it in Fusion 360 as separate assemblies. So the entire working model was done in Fusion 360. I even imported, using the McMaster Cam plugin, I imported all of the hardware and washers, just to make sure everything would fit. So all of the pieces are as follows. Got the top die. This is made out of S7. A buddy of mine had an S7 drop, 4x4 by about 10 inches long. That's expensive steel, and he gave it to me. So I used that, part of that anyway, for this project. So that's the top die. Following the top die goes through this guide plate and stripper plate. You know, as metal, you know, is fed through here, I'll punch a blank, and then the top die won't go up farther than the top of this guide plate, because I want it to remain perfectly aligned with the bottom die. And if you watch my last video that we did on, what was it, the Owl bottle opener, you'll know that the Big Blue, there's a lot of play in the top and die setup. It's not a precise machine in the least. So this keeps it running true. So after this guiding plate, I've got the bottom die, and then it's assembled to this assembling plate that connects the die with these two riser blocks, and then this is obviously the plate that gets pinned into the 50-ton press. It's not the prettiest. You know, I'm not an engineer. I just taught myself this. I taught myself how to do this. I had a problem. I did some problem solving, and I made it. Made it in-house. Did all the heat treating myself, and well, as I always say, the proof is in the pudding. It works. Time to make some aluminum coin blanks, and I'm going to use this 2-inch piece of aluminum angle iron. I picked this up probably 3-4 years ago from Home Depot with another one for a project that it didn't work. It's so flimsy, and it's not as strong as I thought it would be. So it's just been floating around the shop. So I'm going to flatten it. All right, so it resembles 2-inch flat bar. Just going to flatten it real quick in the 50-ton press, and then we'll make coin blanks. And with every punch, we'll get 2 coins. So 2 blanks. So should be a fun process. All right, so we got that flat. And actually, I don't think I even mentioned this. This is not a scripted performance, obviously. Why am I making aluminum coin blanks? I don't need to test out any of these dies. I know they work. Well, the aluminum coin blanks that I made before were a big hit at the craft fair because I was giving them away as free samples. Someone would come by the table, I'd say, hey, we're giving these away for free. Please take a coin. And all the aluminum ones said 0 fucks given and 1 fuck given on the other side. And then I was giving away copper, this too shall pass, and the copper infused steel, this too shall pass coins. So within about, I don't know, half an hour of doing that, I had a lot of people coming over to the table saying, hey, we heard you guys had the good stuff. And in the end, I think by giving away some simple freebies really helped us make some sales. Okay, I'm totally rambling now. Let's put the punch die setup on Big Blue and cut some of these out. I think you saw when I put this together just how much play there is, especially with this top die, to get it properly aligned. But this will work. I actually did design a little, you can probably hear that train going by, but a little 45, little ramp here, and a bucket system for the blanks to come out, but I don't have that. So, okay, so I'm gonna do one punch here and then flip it around and then do the rest. See how many coin blanks we get from this. The reason that I like to back it up is because as I feed this through, it's hard to gauge where the hole is, but I can feel here, you know, that I want to start here, and we'll do the first one. All right, so first one's done. I'm gonna flip it around. This didn't get pressed, no worries. I have an anvil. Okay. All the way to the end. And we'll punch this one. And this is all there is to it. It's this simple. A little more complicated with steel. I'll take these out. Because with steel, the metal's hot. Not a bad result from this little piece of scrap angle iron. Any of these little imperfections in these coins will go away in the minting process. I'll still need to clean up the edge. Some of the coins that were on top are going to have a little bit of a burr, but that's okay. My little 1-inch belt grinder will take that off and then polish up the edge. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but after it's minted, it'll look like this. And it's not perfect, and it's not meant to. I don't want it to look better than this, right? I want to sell a coin for 10 bucks. And hopefully this little giveaway will spread some inspiration and some joy and happiness and love into the world. And then hopefully some of that will come back to me in the form of sales, right, at my table. So not bad. And this thing is pretty funny too. So that's it really. That's what I wanted to show you guys, how I make some of my coin blanks. That's not how I do forge some coin blanks, more of a traditional way. And I have a little hack with this copper and steel that maybe I'll show if someone asks me to. But actually, before I go, how about we mint one? Let's mint one and see how it looks. Let me configure Big Blue to do that, and we'll just do it by hand, and that'll finish up the video. All right, I'm not going to spend a terrible amount of time on this, but because these are just giveaways again, but this is basically how I would do it. Place the blank on the bottom die, put on my centering collar, and then the top die. Make sure this is center-ish, and then press. Let's see what happened. There it is. Okay, let me knock this out. That's such a good fit that I might dress these edges before I mint these. So there you go. One coin minted. So, guys, thanks again for tuning in. Really appreciate it. And for those who stayed to the end, I'm going to mint one more coin.